and we got up. And where did we go? We were still in Illinois.
We were, yeah.
Litchfield, Illinois. There's so many little towns we tried to stop. Yeah, Litchfield was where it seemed like there was a bunch of dilapidated things in Litchfield, right? Shaw's old bar and the old hotel. Mm-hmm. And it kind of wasn't clear.
Is that where the Devil's Elbow was? Where was the Devil's Elbow?
The Devil's Elbow. I don't remember.
It was a bridge, the Devil's Elbow.
That was later on.
Okay.
I think that was later on. And, nobody mentions this. We stopped in Mount Olive to see the, Mother Jones?
Oh, yeah, memorial.
Mother Jones Memorial. And I'm guessing, it's like a couple plaques and things.
It is.
And
what she stood for was important, though.
Right. Yeah. She's a labor activist, though, right? And so I think maybe that's why it doesn't get a whole lot of press.
Maybe so. Yeah. But as a teacher union member, I value that, right? Different union.
We're not going through times that value unions.
All right.
They need another. You could be the next Mother Jones, maybe.
I don't know about that, but I do appreciate the work and the sacrifice that she put in. That's all.
Yes. Yeah. What was one of her quotes that they had on there? All nations, all men of power have gone down when wealth was in the hands of a few. I'm no angel. Get it straight. Not a humanitarian. I'm a hellraiser. So, yes, I don't know. Well, I don't know much. I studied history. I don't know much about Mother Jones, but
I don't either.
We should stop here.
Okay.
Well, I'm a stranger in paradise. I'm off traveling with my band. Well, I'm a gypsy-hearted troubadour where the road don't ever end. Well, she's a compass in my bones, points me home again. My baby, she's a green light. Ain't never seen a stop sign. Umbrella in a rainstorm. A cup of coffee when the morning comes. She's the chorus of my favorite song. Smiles when I get the words wrong. Wildflower on the sunny side. My baby, she's a green light.
Okay, ready for part 2? Where did we leave off? We left off Mother Jones on yesterday, Thursday.
Yes.
Oh, that's when we went to the, what's that crazy? Livingston. The Pink Elephant Antique Mall.
Oh.
The Pink Elephant. Yeah, they have a little bit of everything at the Pink Elephant, right?
They did. Yeah, so it was an antique mall. That part was pretty standard. Like if you've ever gone to an antique mall, that was pretty standard.
Well, and then the outside.
And then the outside was not standard.
Well, for an antique mall. But for its Route 66 standard, I would say.
Agree.
Kind of what you expect, right? They had let's just say they had some giants.
They had their own kind of giants. So starting on the right, as you're looking at the place, they had what? There was a UFO mounted to the top of the building.
Side. Yeah.
At the top, on the front of the building, to the side, a UFO there, an alien looking up at it. Then what was next? A T-Rex.
A T-Rex.
Oh no.
And then,
yeah. The T-Rex, and then
let's just say a politician.
A giant of Donald Trump with his MAGA hat on.
It was an amazing version too. Like where it looked like his pants were drooping because his torso was so much longer than his legs. So it looked like he had droopy drawers, and his tie only went halfway down his shirt, and everybody knows his tie goes all the way down to his
zipper. We'll just say zipper.
Yeah.
Zipper.
He could wipe his ass with his tie.
I wasn't going to go there. Yeah, so that, and then there were blocks, like recreation of like those classic like wooden blocks like that our boys would play with, like from when they were real little, and that spelled out Dad. So we have a really cute picture of you sitting on there. And then there was a Marilyn Monroe statue with like her iconic, standing on the great pose.
Subway great, yeah.
But she had wings, like angel wings. And then there was a recreation of Abraham Lincoln, like in the Lincoln Memorial. That was on the one side.
I didn't miss that. I didn't see that. I missed it.
Oh, it was right next to the door.
Oh.
It wasn't that big. It was right next to the door.
It was
maybe, I don't know, 6 feet tall. Like, it wasn't huge.
Yeah, so the building itself was like an old gymnasium. Like, so I don't know if there was a school there or what, but the building, the main antique thing was a gymnasium.
Oh, I guess you're right. I didn't put that together, but
then somebody had pulled over like an ice cream shop. Like one of the ones that are shaped like a cone, like a squat.
Yeah, like the Tasty Freeze.
A Tasty
the
Freeze.
Old school Tasty Freeze.
Old school taste. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love me some Tasty Freeze. So
love ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah. The big giant pink elephant out front. I mean, I think that's the namesake.
Yeah. And then there was a UFO like model that was bigger than my car.
Yeah. I guess I didn't realize the whole UFO. Like Route 66 UFO.
Well, but it goes through. It's by Roswell, New Mexico, right? That's why that's the nod to that.
Okay. I mean, I get. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was still just in Illinois.
Is that just like a passing fad? Like, and now like Bigfoot's like the fat. You kind of see the Bigfoot.
I don't know. I feel like aliens have been around for a minute.
Well, that's what I mean. Like aliens were like the what do you call it? Kitsch type of. And then now Bigfoot maybe supplanting the alien. I don't know. So it's like closer to home, more down to. Bigfoot is more down to earth than the aliens.
I think it's going to depend on the area of the country that you're looking at.
I'm just saying, Bigfoot's more of a man of the people type of.
No, I think you think that because we're from Ohio. So like Bigfoot, I feel like is a Appalachia thing.
Oh.
Through that, West Virginia, Ohio, like that kind of area, versus like the aliens would be a more, Western, like New Mexico, Nevada, that kind of.
So anyhow, Pink
area.
Elephant Antique Mall.
Yes.
Friendly people.
The place. Oh, great fudge. We bought fudge.
We did buy fudge. Yeah.
Yeah. And the lady was super nice. You can go and she'll give you a free sample.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, very tasty. Yeah, so we did buy some of that. That was yummy.
Where the road don't ever end. Well, she's a compass in my bones, points me home again. My baby, she's a green light. Ain't never seen a stop sign. Umbrella in a rainstorm. A cup of coffee when the morning comes. She's the chorus of my favorite song. Smiles when I get the words wrong. Wildflower on the sunny side. My baby, she's a green light.
Yeah, from there, we went and we saw probably one of the most amazing things on Route 66, the world's largest bottle of ketchup.
Yes.
That was good. Me being a ketchup fan that I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, you probably should look for the world's largest jar of mustard, I think.
That would probably be more appropriate for you.
Yes, a better thing.
Says, the guy who puts mustard on his broccoli.
Yeah, of course. Mustard, yeah.
Mm.
It's good for you. And then it was just raining all on and off. Like the morning started out fine. It's kind of,
it's a little drizzly,
cloudy.
but yeah.
And then all afternoon it just rained. It just rained and rained and rained. So we just sort of drove by, roll down the window, take a photo, let's go.
Yeah.
Or we would get out briefly and then get back in. So we went through St. Louis, right?
We did.
We saw the arch kind of from the car.
Yeah.
I think we might hit that up on
the way back.
It depends. It depends.
Well,
because I might want to visit Uranus again. If I had to go Arch or Uranus. I mean,
yeah. Well, and we stopped and had a picnic lunch in St. Louis.
We did. Yeah.
And we saw all the devastation that happened from the tornado.
Yeah, they got that main park. I forget what it's called. The main park they have downtown.
Yeah.
And we were just trying to find a pavilion or some picnic tables or something.
Yeah.
And there was a lot. They were just still trying to clean up all the trees.
Yeah.
It was just mangled. It was a big mess there.
Yeah.
And that place is so busy because the zoo is there. There's like
the Natural History Museum is there. The art museum. Yeah, they have so much. It's such a great place to visit because it has all those things. But they're trying to recoup.
Such a mess there. So that's good. So we went from there, and then I think the next thing we stopped in Cuba.
Mm-hmm. Cuba, they had a lot of murals.
Missouri.
Yes.
Well, I remember it was the world's second largest rocking chair or something like that.
Because the first largest is in Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that we're downplaying the second largest rocking chair.
It's second largest.
Second largest. It was big.
Yeah.
That was at the Outpost. First Fanning
first,
yeah.
First runner-up, I guess, in large rocking chairs.
Yeah, sure is.
Oh yeah, because they had a huge selection of root beers and
you got sarsaparilla.
Yeah, sarsaparilla.
I got cream soda.
And they were. It's not like when you go to some places that's coded by like brand or something. It was like color coded. So you had like the root beers are up here, then you had the cream sodas, then you had the red sodas and the green.
Yeah, they had so
yellow,
many. Yeah,
orange, and any kind of soda you could imagine.
Yes.
So
that was different, I guess.
Well, they had squirt. I almost got tempted by the squirt.
I know you do love squirt.
Did the sarsaparilla, which that was pretty good. Sarsaparilla was pretty good. Never had a sarsaparilla. I think I got that from watching Bugs Bunny or something, right?
Probably.
Holy cow! Who even watches Bugs Bunny? And then the Devil's Elbow, like that's just named because there's a bridge that's like curved, curved bridge, right?
Like an elbow.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there we're like, let's just hit it. We got to get to Springfield again, right? The next
Springfield, Missouri this time.
Yes, from Springfield, Illinois to Springfield, Missouri.
Correct.
And we were going to be camping, so we're like, let's just motor on and get there. It's raining.
Yes.
And then we saw signs for this cheesy Uranus,
Fudge
it was
factory.
it was
called the Uranus Fudge Factory.
Yeah.
That's
and
the name
I
of
was
it.
I was a little skeptical of it, to say the least. I'm like, yeah, it sounds pretty, niche, like a little,
cliched.
Yeah, a little corny. But you were like, well, like, what else we can do? It's raining. It's probably something we can do. We can at least go in and check out the store. We'll be indoors. So
yeah.
So
I'm always up for shopping. You know that.
We did check out Uranus.
Yes.
And what did they say? Every time somebody come in, the doorbell would
welcome to Uranus.
Yes.
That's what they would shout.
Yes. Like all
there
the
were
people.
Several fudge packers behind the counter.
Yeah, so that was yesterday, and then we made it to the KOA on Route 66 in Springfield,
which
Missouri.
was a super great place, super clean. It made me so happy.
Yeah, I'd never been to a KOA before.
I haven't either.
I just assumed it'll be like a state park.
Yeah, no, it was so much nicer. Not that I'm downplaying the state parks because they have different budget concerns and stuff. But yeah.
Some state parks, I'll say, maybe a lighter use type of state park.
Sure.
It was nice. It was good.
It was
a good
nice.
place. We'll probably stay at a KOA.
I would.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Again, on this trip, right?
Yep.
Hey, there's a big eat sign.
There is a big eat sign.
When the ship has lost its way, she's the tide that pulls me in. My baby, she's a green light, ain't never seen a star.